You could.
Yes, thank you guys for being here. My name is Big Country. Welcome to Men Take a Seat, where men open themselves, express themselves how they feel from a male's point of view, and it's very educational. You know what I mean? So, people in the comments, listen. If you have any questions, please feel free to put those questions in the comments. Work your class. Jot some of these good questions down for Dr. Gill and my brother Bruce in here. We're gonna welcome these guys in a minute. But listen, this is how it works, y'all. Whoever the number one gift of the show, will be crowned and be put on the flyer. So just make sure y'all keep in tune. Last week it gets good. It gets better and better every week. Like the topics, man. The topics is make you think. You know what I mean? So if you guys got someone on y'all mind, if you know a male, if you're going through something personal, right? So you want men to talk about it, we'll do all the talking for you. So you ain't got to worry about it. And give our answers. So we have our admins here, class in the
And her
comment.
name's not Class right now. It's still Role Models Fresh as Diamonds, but that is Class, okay? The one with the little bus.
Yes. So thank you guys. Brookie, thank you again. You look marvelous. I appreciate you. So we have a very good topic. I'm gonna let this take over to Brookie. She's gonna break it down for you, how it should be broken down in words, what you shouldn't and what you can and can't do. So yeah, man, exciting news. I do want to make this first announcement before I go any further. Now, can I give a big shout out to Brookie for being the top badge of the week, man? Like that was like amazing. You know what I'm talking about? Old Shay, you know what I'm saying? So big shout out to you for being top badge of the week. So being on here 4 years, you deserve it. You know what I'm saying? So let's get to it, y'all. Y'all ready? Put a one in the comments. Y'all ready?
We ready.
And spotlight that thing, man. Number one, spotlight. Keep that thing there.
Yes. I saw people spotlighting. Thank you.
Let's go.
Also, just make sure you favorite the people that get in the box as well. Like, let's hype these people up. Go visit them. If it's not your cup of tea, not your cup of tea, but go give them a chance, get to know them, because most of the people that come on this show are good people, like are pretty good people. Just like all of you in this live, we would say favor everyone. But this is an amazing show. Like Country said, uplifts men and women also, because I know there's a lot of people in here that have learned multiple things. It may help you deal with a relationship situation. It might help you with something really heartbreaking going on in your life. Like it relates to all sorts of people. So like Country said, also ask questions. Please, nothing is too silly. Just ask and we'll try and catch a couple. But yes, top gifter at the end of the show. We're going to go till 10 past 8 today. And yeah, so also we have a YouTube channel. Please go favorite. It's in my bio. So please go do that. And am I missing anything? No nudity, no swearing, no drinking. You know all that. Keep your clothes on, dress up, be respectful of other people. No bullying is tolerated at all. 1K gift still applies if you do cuss in the box. I know it's an accident, but 1K does apply. But yeah.
I do want to say one more thing. So listen, y'all, the top 3 gifters that y'all see in this bubble right here, it's easy to hit them with a favorite. So make sure you guys keep in mind, use top 3. Anybody become the top 3 at any given time, make sure you hit them with the favorite. You know what I mean? Because it's hard to hit the comments, but you guarantee to hit those people in the top 3 bubble. Hit them with a favorite. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you hit number 1 with the favorite, number 2, and number 3. So keep in mind, that's if you guys want to get y'all faves up, make sure y'all stay top 3 of the bubble. Okay? Y'all ready? All right. Yo.
We ready, sir. Request the box, Gil and Bruce Wayne. And the topic is, did I even tell you?
My top badge brother in the building.
Topic was today?
No, you didn't, but you better let them know now.
I'm about to let them know now. It is, I'll wait till they get in. All right. The topic is, why do men chase love, then pull away when acquired, when they get it? So once you get that woman or get their attention, did you do your research, Gil? Because he said I know nothing about that.
He's been around the block a couple times.
Yeah. And then they pull away. So We're going to learn a bunch of different things, like maybe app related and off app related, maybe something you've dealt with. Maybe that's a woman that's done it to you. Like anything goes, all how a man says it. But would you like me to say the first question?
Yeah, say the first question, please.
All right. What psychological factors lead men to pursue love initially? What makes you pursue that love interest? All right, love you guys.
All right, this is how we're gonna start it off, y'all. So when I asked the question, Brookie gave you the first question. So you guys give it from y'all point of view of y'all experience, right? Some of you guys may experience or what you guys feel, you know what I mean? And just be open and raw with it, because just keep in mind, people in these comments may be going through something similar, or just the fact that maybe a friend of a friend may be dealing with a situation, right? So we just keep that in mind. So they use, we're the advocates right now. We the guidance. We just the people that navigate. So we gotta get the best answer, man. You know what I mean? Gil, you ready?
Yeah, definitely.
Right, Bruce, you look ready. See, look, if you already ready, you ain't got to get ready. I need to know if you ready, Gil. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, Gil, let's go. So you answer the first question, man. Brookie gonna put now. Keep in mind, she definitely gonna put the questions in the comments. So if you guys need to go back and just check, you want to read it, well, just read it out, man. All right, let's go.
So as far as the psychological, you want me to go first?
Yep, then Gil.
Yeah, so as far as the psychological factors, I think the biggest thing for me is the fact that I feel a sense of security and that I can trust that person. Because for me, I've been backstabbed and I've been let down and I've been lied to by people that I would have quote unquote died for. And I need to know that I can have that sense of security and safety net. And that for me is the psychological factor that comes to the top of my head right away.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
That was dope. That was dope.
How you feel about that?
I mean, like I said, for me, it's just like, for me, it's about grasping something, or it's like any other dream. You know how we have multiple dreams, or maybe becoming successful, or maybe becoming an owner, or these things. It's just one of those things where I feel like we grow up and we want love, and it's something that we crave, something that it's more like, I want to say, the American dream. So it's just a thought of having kids, having a family, take care of the family, want to be loving to someone, want someone to reciprocate the energy and love you back as well. So it's just more about just the American dream.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you, guys. That was very good answers, man. Welcome to Men Take a Seat, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, in the top 3 bubbles, man, make sure you hit them with the favorite. Whoever the top number 1 bubble of the stream will name the next week's topic. Let's get to the second question, though. It says, why might some men feel threatened by independent women? I'm always gonna start with you, Bruce.
Okay, so what I read a different question in the comments. So what was your question, Big Country?
No, Brookie, what you just, hold on, my fault. That's me. You said, do men often relate love with competition or conquest?
That's a tough question. So that's a tough question. I appreciate the fact that you asked that question. I would say most men do associate chasing females as sort of a competitive thing, and hey, I gotcha versus other guys. And I don't really like that's a stigma in the male community. I personally don't see it that way. I'm looking for my forever person, and I don't see it as a game. I don't play games with females. I don't play games with my emotions and feelings. I don't see it that way. So no, I personally don't see it that way, but I can see why maybe society views it that way, and it's really unfortunate that they do.
Okay. Yep. Back to the question. It says, do men often relate love with competition or conquest?
Well, from personal experience, it's always been a conquest for me. It's always been something that like I wanted to experience, and I wanted to be like the end goal, but as far as just the world, as far as competition, it goes into so many different factors of maybe like I want to say insecurity reasons, so many personal reasons, not being confident, or just being raised the wrong way, or being taught the wrong things, or from what you see, what you hear, music. It's just so many different things that play a factor in to why would men have, be a competition or a conquest. So it's really just to each his own. But for me, it's more a conquest. You know what I'm saying? When I get into something, I want to be in it forever.
Yeah, I think men are very competitive, man, not in a good way. A lot of men, use app-related, you pursuing chase, he says, often related love to competition. Like, number one, I always say, don't wait on someone to choose you. Don't wait on someone to do for you what you do for them. You know what I mean? So like, I'm not going to compete with nobody. You know what I mean? So both were answers on both sides, man. It was amazing. So I appreciate you guys, man. Like, these some very good questions. So let's dive into number 3. Welcome everybody to Me and Take a Seat with Big Country, and we got Bruce here at the top, and my brother Dr. Gill as well. Y'all, you guys want to stick around with these because these some very good questions, and I can tell some people really feeling going through it when they come up with this topic. Real, you know what I mean? So here's the third question, y'all. How does the fear of vulnerability affects a man's willingness to commit? That's a very good question.
Yeah, and when I was preparing for the show tonight, I kind of thought of the word fear in general as of why men don't stick around a lot of times when they achieve a status of a relationship or something. And I do think it is fear, but it's fear of a lot of different things. Being vulnerable is one of them, but I think that we're also afraid of opening up, and we're afraid of the results we might get as a result of that. We might fear judgment from the other side. We might not want to share things we said might never share with somebody. Because if we're really going to give our life to our forever person, we really should be opening up authentically and holistically. And that's scary for a lot of people. So yeah, fear is huge. So I understand it. I do. But yeah, that's kind of where my brain goes with it.
Yeah.
Can we question? Can we go like back and forth answering the question first? Like he answered first, then I answer the next question first. Like
it'd be confusing. So I just keep it.
No, the only reason why I say that because it's like our answers could be similar, but
that's good. Just that good. Yeah, that's absolutely good. Just say no. His answer was good. But if you want to add on to it, you know what I mean? Yeah, just do it that way because you can add on to it.
How does the fear of vulnerability affect the man's willingness to commit? Well, in my opinion, I feel like a man vulnerability and fear to commit. For me, I commit before I'm vulnerable. I commit before I'm vulnerable. So once I'm committed, then the vulnerability kicks in. But it could be a bad thing, it could be a good thing depending on how I use it against you. But I'm more closed in until you actually open me up. I'm not gonna be vulnerable if I'm not committed. Unlock another level of access to me with me being committed. You see what I'm saying? So, and once that, like I said, once that happens, it's still a fear for the simple fact that, it may be things that I don't open up about or things I don't talk about or things I may even forgot about. You know what I'm saying? And you never want those type of things to come back up. So, vulnerability for a man or for me is, being committed and thinking and always like having the thought of my mind, like if I'm telling you something, we're gonna forever rock, we're gonna forever be together because that's the commitment of my vulnerability. Like once I'm committed, that's when you get the vulnerability. So, I still have to take it for what it is, regardless of the outcome of it.
I want to add on. I want to add on to that because when it comes to how does vulnerability affects a man's willingness, because we've been through so much, right? So it's already enough hard for men to open up. Women are natural nurturers. You know what I mean? Men have this turtle shell, breastplate, and all kind of stuff, man, and especially Especially, what men been through, men been through a lot of trauma, right? They just don't talk about it, right? They don't talk about it and open up, but we tend to hide it. When we meet someone new, we tend to hide it. Says, I always get to say, I just want to be there. I want to just let me in. But when you've been through so much, right, it's hard. And then when you decided to commit to that person, us men, we need to do better. Soon the formulary of commitment, you got to let it out. You got to. Don't commit if you're not ready. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're not ready to let everything out, man, and let them know your past hood trauma, there's no point of talking. You got to, because like Gil said, like, might been through stuff, you don't want to talk about it, but I feel like what you talk about, what you don't release will increase. It will increase, not in a good way. You know what I mean? It will, it's just the fact that will I do something and trigger somebody? You know what I mean? And I didn't mean to, but the fact if you would have told me in the beginning what bothers you, what triggers you, let's get over this trauma together. We go through this thing together. So, but yeah, it's very hard, man. But anyway, back to what we was doing, y'all. Welcome to Men Take a Seat. I got Bruce here. Bruce, you know what I'm saying? Bruce, I ain't gonna lie though, you do give me that Batman look right now. You do give me that Bruce Wayne look right now, man. So we got Bruce in the building, man. My brother, Dr. Gil. I appreciate you guys being here. Just remember, whoever the top streamer of the show, man, will name the next week's topic. Keep coming with these fire topics, man. Keep coming with these fire topics. Let's go to number 4. Number 4, it says, what role does the thrill of chase play in a man's pursuit of love?
Yeah, I like that question. I like that question. Yeah, I do like that question. The thrill of the chase it's fun, right? It's that butterfly feeling, the honeymoon phase, I kind of like to call it. It makes us feel young again. I think that's what it makes it worth going through. But I would also caveat that and say that only lasts so long, right? And once you achieve that chase, and once you achieve that, as Dr. Gill said, the conquest, what are you doing from an effort perspective to keep it going? And that maybe is for another question.
Okay. Yeah, what's your insight on to the people? Let the people in the comments know how you feel about this amazing question.
What role does the thrill of chase play in a man's pursuit of love? And when you say chase place, what's a clear understanding of chase?
What I'm saying is, like, when you meet someone, you thriving, you're chasing them to pursue love. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you meet somebody, you actually, you like her, but you're pursuing love on the back end.
Mm-hmm. Right. So it has nothing to do with like, okay.
So we got. I can dive in if you want me to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I dive in. So the most important is like the role of that man. Like it's exciting. Like he said, it's exciting. When and it's kind of like a candle being burned. Like it's always as high as flames at the top. When that boy almost at his end, you could tell the flames going down. So like he says, that honeymoon phase. But it feels good when you see somebody you like on the app. Like, oh man, you pursue it, and you in that thing. You know what I mean? You constantly just showing your effort of that you like her. You know what I mean? So yeah, go to get a flirt. She said flirt. So just basically, you just chase the chase role and pursuing it. Maybe somebody you want to pursue, you like, and become love. You know what I mean? So for me, I think it's always good. I think it's good to the candles burn out.
And is it wrong to get used to that? Is it wrong to get used to that?
I mean, for me, but if you get used to it, you be blind by the rest of it.
When you say get used to it, you mean like be stuck?
Why is it why do you think it's a phase and not something that's supposed to be like in black and white?
No, so what he's saying, what if you meet somebody you pursue that you want, and it ain't the person ain't turned out what you want to be?
Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to figure out, why do the honeymoon or the chase play stage has to change?
Well, in the beginning, relationship is always good.
Yeah.
That's what he means. So people get comfortable. I personally feel like you need to keep the spark going, but as keep over just as much of people, like you meet somebody you actually really like and come to find out, you know.
Because I'm the type of person, I ain't gonna lie, I always want to be in the honeymoon stage or whatever you call it, that stage where I always get that bubbly feeling. Like I'ma always, every day I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna be in that stage. I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna treat you like you that one. I'm gonna, like for me, that's the stage that I always want to be in because I want to get you the same. I want to keep you the same way I caught your attention. I want to be the same person that you met from day one. That's never changed up. That never always just the same thing. So for me, it's like I always want to be that person that made you have butterflies in your stomach. You know what I'm saying? That gave you.
What about you though? Like, do you get it? So what I'm saying it ain't you. The fact that you know what you got, but what if she's not giving you that feeling? Like you putting this effort in because you use the word effort, but she's not reciprocating that.
Because throughout the process, she have reciprocated it, so it's something that's in her. So you have to continue to bring that out of her and continue to remind her that, hey, I know it's something in you that I have already seen, and I'm gonna be the best if I can be to always bring that out of you or show you that, hey, this is you, not this, or whatever the case may be. Like I'm gonna always show you like you done did this before, so I know you could do it again.
I mean, she knows she could do it again, but you can't make a meal if you don't get in the kitchen and cook it.
Yeah, of course.
You get what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. But that's a good answer though. Like, but for ladies, just to let y'all know, sound like Dr. Gill is single. Okay, he gonna let you know I'm getting butterflies every time I pursue somebody. I got you. Don't worry about it. No, big shout out to Gil, man. Big shout out to Gil. Man, welcome to Me and Take a Seat. Myself, Big Country, my brother Bruce, and my brother Dr. Top Bash, Dr. Gil, man. We having.
Is that his stream?
I think he froze. Yeah.
Welcome back, Jen. Welcome back. Welcome to Me and Take a Seat. Take two. Oh, we're in second place. If you guys got in the spotlights, please hit that spotlight and put us back in first. Welcome back, y'all. We just had a little mild, just a mild problem. Today, y'all, we're talking. I'm gonna give you the topic. It says, why do men chase love and then pull away when it's acquired? Okay. So appreciate you guys being here. Let's get back to these questions though. Okay. That's number 5.
Yeah, I'm just reading Brookie's question.
Okay,
Yep.
let's go to 6, Brookie. Let's go to 6. This is wild, man. We need to do better. What's up? What's number 6? Number 6 says, how do dating and streaming platforms make it easier to chase after women and engage in a cycle to catch and release? Brookie, what kind of question you be coming up with?
So I like the question. I think it's important that we ask that question. I think that it's very difficult to find somebody on a streaming app and engage in a meaningful relationship. And that's what falls into the catch and release aspect of relationships. And the only reason I say that is because when you're a streamer, you have access to so many different people and so much flirting and so much temptation. And I'm not necessarily worried about the person that I'm with. I'm worried about everybody else. I'm worried about all the other people picking at their brains. And it's very easy for those temptations to be engaged in. And yeah, I can see why the catch and release happens with streaming.
All the time. Good question though. But I'm looking at these other questions too. All right. Let's get to numbers. Please ask the questions in the comments so we can. Okay, so Gil, how you feel about that answer?
Basically what he said. I mean, having so much access, it make it easier, to engage, to meet people, to do different things. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's just about being who you are at the end of the day. Knowing who you are at the end of the day. Standing on the foundation.
I would have to agree with that as well, man. Like the fact is, the point is an engagement with other people, right? So like but it is always gonna be temps. Always gonna be temps out there. I mean, look at these two handsome men in the box. I'm including myself. You know what I mean? You know, we ain't too far from it, but hey, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, gentlemen. That is a very good answer, Bruce. I appreciate you for that. I mean, I don't have nothing else to say behind that one, but that's amazing. Number 7, it says, how might past relationship traumas cause a man to pull away after commitment?
So, yeah, whether it's truly a traumatic relationship you've been in before, a PTSD situation, I don't know for sure, but past trauma that you've experienced in a relationship makes you pull away for a number of reasons. It makes you not trust the person because of what people did to you before, and it's nothing maybe that future person does. It's what people did before, and it takes a lot of healing to get through that. And what I would say about that is, if you are still traumatized by past relationships and you don't love yourself fully, you are in no position to ever love somebody until you love yourself fully again. And it took me a long time to realize that. And I'm 40 years old.
You're still young. Okay? Still young. Yeah, you're priming. Priming out here. What's up, young Gil? What you got to say about that?
How might past relationship traumas cause a man to pull away after commitment? Maybe I can say triggers. I can say seeing the same thing that you have seen before. What's the word for it? Cycles, patterns, things changing when they shouldn't change. Just different events that causes you to think, hey, what if this? Because you've seen them before, right? So it's like basically seeing the same thing, because if a woman is treating you a certain type of way, not like the last woman, then there's no way that it wouldn't click to you that she's doing anything that the last person did, because she's doing something different. So when you see certain patterns and you know what to look for, then it's like, I done seen that before. I done been there before. Now I gotta see, is it the same thing that I already been through? You know
what if it is the same thing you already been through?
You said what?
What if it is the same thing you already been through? Is that person worth fighting for? Or all right, cool. All right, cool. So I just wanted to break that down for you real quick. But so here's my thoughts on it, right? And this is very, very, very important. Stay single until you unpack your bags from your last relationship. Yes. If your bag's still packed, you still going what you going, you ain't fully healed, like Bruce said, stay single, man. You know what I mean? Like you got to. You know what I mean? It just goes that way. You know what I mean? But also, I always say, if you don't talk about your past hood trauma, your relationship gonna go through hell. Yeah. You definitely gonna go through. If you don't talk about it, like you said, I go to trigger part. If I'm with somebody and I ain't never talked about her past, she said I've been through a lot of things, and I do something not unwillingly, just do it on purpose, and I do it and it triggers you. Now you mad at me.
All right. So question. So, okay. So what's wrong with confirmation? What's wrong with saying, hey baby, I need some confirmation. Like, what's wrong with confirmation? Because you saying stay single, when if someone truly love you, then there shouldn't be a problem with confirmation, which means you wouldn't even have to go through what you even think you're going through because of the confirmation.
I didn't say that. I said stay single till you unpack your bags from your last. Meaning that, like you said, if you're not healed at all, if you're not healed and you still dealing with working on yourself and not healing, you should stay single, because it's gonna be else, you got to be ready. That's like going to culinary school and you just graduated the first semester, and then you want to jump back in.
All right, so check me out. So if I have two relationships and they both take me through the exact same thing, and I go to the first relationship over with, I go to the second relationship and they doing the exact same thing that the first relationship doing, you telling me I'm not supposed to like have confirmation? I'm not supposed to like I'm just saying, if I'm going through the same, like I'm just saying, like you telling me there's I don't feel like, what I'm saying is, I don't feel like I have to be traumatized in order to know patterns or in order to know certain things. I don't have to be traumatized. I don't have to be in pain to know that you went to the store but you ain't come back for an hour. I don't have to be traumatized to see what's going on.
But that means that's a lack of trust in.
You know what I mean?
That's a lack of trust. You still going through it. Because it
don't have nothing to do with me though. But what I'm saying is, just because people may pick and choose the wrong people, that doesn't mean that they are traumatized from the wrong. Okay, if people keep traumatized, if somebody hurts you and you get in a next relationship and they're gonna hurt you, that's just what it is. Like that's just, we can't control that.
Yeah, it is. It's your fault for staying in it. That's what I'm saying. Like
if I only stay in it long enough for them to hurt me and I leave, I still get hurt regardless of how long I stay in it.
This what you said. If you say I stay in it long enough for them to hurt me, that means you should have left a long time ago. But
here's the problem. Why would I leave? If they never hurt me, then why would I leave though?
No, I guess you hear what I'm saying. Just say you with Samantha, right? You with Samantha, and you did something that triggered Samantha, right? It really hurt her, but you didn't do it intentionally. But you really hurt her for something that you did because you reminded her of her ex. You get what I mean? That her ex really badly did to her. Because you didn't address the issue, you didn't know nothing about it. Because she didn't say, hey, my ex used to do this to me. Because you have to talk about it. You have to. That communication is very important, but the comprehension. I won't want to hurt Jamie over and over and over again. Not attention, but I'm constantly doing something that triggers her to do it. So we have to talk about it as a couple to get over our issues, because we're in this thing together. It's not a single person, one person better than another or trauma different than another. I want to know your problem. You know my problem. We fix this. I fix that. We get it together. You get what I'm saying? So I wouldn't want no one to hurt. I don't want to hurt her all over again for what the man did to her in her past, right? So I wouldn't want to do. That's what I'm saying. Mean about trauma-wise. I wouldn't want to activate her past or remind her, I can't believe this. But like as a man, if I'm going with somebody like, baby, this is what you don't do. My girl don't like this. Let me not do it. You know what I mean? Let me just not remind her of something that really hurt her. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Well, and you know the easiest way to build trust that I've experienced is through action. We can talk till we're blue in the face. We actually have to show up and do stuff that we say we're going to do. And so do the females in our lives. And Dr. Gill was saying, we can ask for confirmation and stuff like that. Well, that's talk though. That talk is cheap. If they're not showing up for us with their actions every day, then they're not our forever person.
Of course. But I think you still should talk. You should have a conversation.
Yeah, no. I wasn't dismissing the open, honest conversation and stuff like that. But if we're asking for confirmation and we're just asking for words, we gotta get action to really build trust.
So let me ask you a question. Do you actually need confirmation when she actually doing it that you already know? Like your partner should already know. You know what I mean? That's when it comes to form of communication and comprehension. Like right. If I'm with someone, she already know I'm feeling down because she feel it. She can see it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but when you see a person going over and above for her man or a man going over above for his woman, they see it. That's the action part, right? So you don't really have to need confirmation. She's already doing without even asking a question about it, right?
That's kind of where I was going with it,
yeah. So listen, welcome to Men Take a Seat, y'all. I appreciate you guys being here. You know what I'm saying? Everybody being here. I wonder if anybody just in the comments, man, have some very good questions. Welcome to Men Take a Seat. I have Bruce in the box, and I got Dr. Gill in the box, y'all. We having a very intellectual conversation, man, and very good questions. Remind you, whoever the top streamer of the show will name the next week's topic, okay? So we're gonna go with this thing, y'all. So let's get to the next question. What impact does emotional availability have on a man's behavior in a relationship?
So emotional availability to me can mean a few things. Am I emotionally available because I'm talking to multiple females? Am I emotionally available because I've got past trauma in relationships? Am I emotionally available because I've got family stuff going on? I've got job stuff going on. So it's how you define what you have going on to make yourself emotionally available. But yes, it impacts your behavior tremendously. Because if I'm let's use one example. If I'm not emotionally available because I'm talking to multiple females, of course I'm not going to be able to engage with you properly. But you have to be self-aware enough to understand why you're not emotionally available. You have to be smart enough and self-aware enough to understand that for yourself.
That's a good answer. What you got to think about that, Gil?
Yeah, I mean, what he said, I mean, it's all to each his own. It's all about reasoning. It's all about understanding at the end of the day. It's all about knowing. You know what I'm saying? It's all about understanding and knowing, you know, at the end of the day when it comes to emotional being available. Like you said, why am I not available? When I am available. Am I not available when I am available? You know what I mean? So it's just it all just eases on.
Yeah.
I have to agree with y'all, man. You know what I hear a lot from women? That I always gonna say, you don't hardly hear men say it. Some men do say, instead of saying I'm working on me, I'm not ready, I'm working on me, I ain't looking for nothing, I'm working on me. I hear it all the time. I don't know if it's from an emotional standpoint or just saying just to get out of it, but I hear that all the time. And you may hear from a few men, but I hear that from all the time. You know what I'm saying? And I want to just, maybe it's just a well, now I just don't know, but it is what it is. Let's go with the 8th question, y'all. The 9th question. It says, do men fear losing their independency? This is a very good question. Do men fear losing their independence when entering a committed relationship?
Yeah, I think absolutely, man. From speaking from personal experience, I have enjoyed my single time. I've been divorced for 8 years. I'm scared to death to lose that. I've learned a lot about myself. I've become very independent over the last 8 years, and that scares me to death. It's going to take a pretty special person to make me not want to be single anymore.
Talk your talk, King.
Yeah, it's going to take a queen, to be honest.
Talk your talk, man. Talk that talk, bro.
Talk that.
What you think, Gil?
Do men fear losing their independence when entering a committed relationship? And when you say independence, I mean what I get from it is basically no, because I don't know how you're saying it, but I'm just gonna say it the way I'm getting it. So basically, for me, a man, you know, is a provider. You know what I'm saying? A man is someone who want to take care of the family. A man is someone who want to have kids and want to take care of his kids. You know what I'm saying? That's a man. So, you know, with having a family, I feel like it makes a man become more independent. You know what I'm saying? For himself to become for his dependents. You know what I'm saying? So, I feel like it's just a character that's been built up.
That makes sense. But I'm gonna play devil's advocate because some people can't have kids, right? So let's get the kids out of it. We're gonna say you're going from an independence part, meaning that you're right. A man is an alpha, right? Men supposed to be the providers. But today in 2025, you got women making more money than men. Okay, mm-hmm. I think the fear of that coming in as a play, like you don't lose your role as a man. You know what I mean? Like you earn your stripes because again. I played this sermon on Instagram. He says it's not the size of your pocket or your purse. It's about the size of your purpose. It's about the size of your grind. Your woman match your grind, you match your grind. The fact that you matching each other, she make a tremendous more money than the man, but that doesn't take away his ability to be an independent man of the house. Right. Like when you're the man of the household, you get what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like to fear that portion of it, you guys went from relationship wise, I think about you know, like Gil said, for the household portion of it, like to build a relationship, a woman want her man, she want to feel protected. She want to feel like she can lean on a man, you know what I mean? She don't want, you know, you got women that's alpha, that's independent. Like women, and some women stuck in their ways, right? Some women just feel like, no, I don't need a man. I've been doing this for a long time. Yeah, you do, boo-boo. You do need one. You know what I mean? Like you get that when the toilet pipe bursts and poop all on there, you get your hands dirty. You know what I mean? Like things that you have to do because you live by yourself, are things that you don't want to do. You get what I mean? You don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to do that type of stuff. You do because you have to. So the independence portion of it, man, I honestly, I cannot be with a woman. I'm gonna say it that. If a woman want to continue to play an alpha role in a relationship, I can't do it.
All right.
I can't do it. Sign me out. You know, you check out when you leave work, and I'm doing the old school. When you put that punch card in that bad boy, I'm punching myself out of that thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. But look, welcome to Men Take a Seat, y'all. I got Dr. Gill in here, and I got Bruce in here. Men Take a Seat, and we're enjoying ourselves. A very good intellectual conversation. Stick around, y'all, because we want to know who the next week's topic gonna be, who's gonna be the winner, and also want to hear some of these questions that you guys have that's bedded up, balled up, ready to give out by Brooke your class. Okay, all right. So here's number 9. Okay, no, number 10. It says, how does communication style differ between men and women affecting relationship dynamics?
Communication style. Men, historically, at least me, for example, I don't like being vulnerable with my thoughts very much. And yeah, so I've been judged a lot. I've been bullied as a kid, and I carry that trauma into my adult life a lot. So I don't open up to my significant other counterparts very easily. Okay. So my communication style, I have to actually be helped by my significant other to open up honestly and openly. So my communication style can be very different than maybe a significant other female, because females tend to open up more easily with their emotions than me. So that's kind of what comes to the front of my head.
All right, what's your input on that, Dr. Gibb?
First thing that came to my head was love language. So it's like it could be a love language situation where, you know, you may want to get treated a certain type of way, and that certain type of way is always like intact with you, or they might want to get treated a certain type of way, like when they may be down, or they may have a great day, they might want you to say a certain thing and you don't understand, or you might say to whatever. But it's more, like I said, of a love language situation to me, where you know, it may be different love language. Like you can be physically attracted to someone, but then when you realize that your love language is different, then it's kind of harder to thrive, because it's like it's harder for you to get what you want. It's hard for you to be happy when it could be the small things, you know what I'm saying? That just, you know, cause different love language.
Yeah, definitely.
Both good answers, man. Like you know, for as love language goes, this between affecting relationships. I think women, honestly, I thank God for women, man. Like they are very nurturing. They don't even have to say nothing, they can communicate. You get what I mean? Yeah. If they ask, like they don't, man. Us men, we're very, you know, we got some women stubborn, but we stubborn, and like you said, like to open up, but just to make a sense of everything. Like being vulnerable is not a bad thing. It's just who you've been vulnerable to. Mm-hmm. Changes everything. You know what I mean? So like, doesn't make you a weak person. A lot of people say, I'm not weak. I want to. No, it does not make you weak because you're vulnerable, right? Like you could tell Bruce went through a lot, right? Building himself back up, getting himself, you know what I'm saying? Become the mighty Bruce now, you know what I mean? You got to go through these things. But, you know, at the end of the day, like we tend to, things a little different, you know what I mean? And it takes time for us. You know what I mean? It takes time. It takes time for us, man. So But very good questions though, man. Love language. And listen, if you're gonna go with love language, you should always learn your partner's love language, not yours. Don't deal with yours. Yours out the window.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, learn.
Stuff. It's easy to be a coward. It's easy to ghost people. It's easy just to kind of have a bad date and never talk to them again. Well, back in the day, you knew each other's families. You knew each other's brother. You couldn't hide from people because you would let the families down. So yeah, the dynamics have changed because everybody knew each other back in the day.
Okay.
And you actually flirted with people. You took them out on dates. You asked the parents to date them. You asked the parents to marry them. It was very romantic. I'm a hopeless romantic, so I love that stuff. But it was very old school. It was the old school values that my grandparents instilled in me. And I wish we saw more of that stuff.
Okay. Good answer, man. What do you think, Gil?
Yeah, he basically wrapped it up and said, elevation is just evolving over time. Like I said, music changed, things change, prices change, things go up. Things don't get easier for, people in America, so it just changed. That's how I feel. So much has changed from back then. Things used to be simpler. You used to go get 50-cent ice cream, dollar cheeseburger, just little stuff, just all type of stuff that changed now. And, women don't want that stuff. Women complain about eating at certain restaurants or doing this and doing that now. Like he said, internet, social media, women seeing other women do certain things and now they set their value to something that they saw, but not the way they was raised to be grateful. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature, just elevation and, just time change.
All right, so here where I have to play devil's advocate is because I have kids. I cannot teach my kids how my family raised me. It's impossible. So things have to change. So there's no way that I can raise my boys the way I was raised because things change. People get around people. They personality is different, the way we was raised, and also it's a culture thing as well. You know what I mean? Because I can say the Spanish, like their culture is to cater to them, the household, the man. You know what I mean? Like everything, it goes with a lot of pieces here. You know what I mean? So like, I just know that I stand on integrity. I know that how to treat a woman. Right? These are basic things we supposed to do, right? Now you got people now, they don't have no problem putting their hands on a woman or putting their hands on a man. Like, these things happen, or like how they communicate with each other. So technology, I remember, let me see, give me a second. I remember Sprint had their first, it's called the Samsung Epic, the first camera phone. You know what I mean? They didn't have it back then though. But you cannot stop these things from happening. So what we said today, you know what I'm saying, on the 27th, right? Well, if you go 10 years later from now, other people gonna say the same thing. It's not like how it used to be. You get what I mean? So it's no way, we have to adapt. That's just my opinion on it. Cause like Gil said, I remember Little Debbie snack cake was like 10 cents. Man, Debbie snack cake was so cheap. It's the same Debbie snack cake, the same ingredients, the same box. The box may change a little bit, but they charging more. I can't go to Little Debbie and say, hey, look, I wish y'all can go back how y'all used to charge. I wish y'all can go back how y'all used to be, but we can't. You get what I mean? If that makes sense.
Hey, Big Country, do you mind if I read a little something I brought for this show? It's going to take me literally a minute to read it. It won't take long.
Absolutely. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
All right, that's going to sum some of this stuff up, and it's a good question to read this for. So in general, this generation is not very good about friendships and relationships. It's not good. It's not just social media. It's about fear. Fear of being real, fear of getting hurt, fear of sticking around when things get tough. We ghost instead of talk. We swipe instead of stay, and chase validation from strangers while ignoring the people who actually care. We want deep connection but run from effort. We confuse chaos for passion and drama for love. We keep score. We hold grudges and avoid the hard conversations that actually build trust. At the end of the day, we're lonely, disconnected, and wondering why nothing lasts. That's the brutal truth.
Oh yeah. Hey, yeah, you know, mic drops around here. You know what? Drop a mic. Hey, drop one of them things, man. Yeah, that was from the core right there. That's from the core, man. That's from, you know what I mean? That spoke a lot of pain right there. You know what I mean? I definitely feel that. You know what I'm saying? So look, we're gonna put the hey Brookie, this is what I want you to do, Brookie. Because it's on the end of the time. I'm gonna have you jump in the box. And then at the same time, you introduce this last question, and then you give the questions people put in the what you call it in the comments, and then we'll wrap it up and give these beautiful people a moment. You know what I mean? But I appreciate you guys being here. Amazing. This is amazing, y'all. Big shout out to Dr. Gill, man. Big shout out to Bruce. Dr. Gill came through to come through. You know what I'm saying? Pull the audible. Came through with this thing. And I appreciate you, Gill. I love you for that, man. Thank you. I really need that. Appreciate you. Thank you too, Bruce. You always show up and show out. But I do want to say, man, before Brookie say something, you guys, I learned a lot, even from men. There's nothing wrong learning from each other. You know what I mean? And just hearing, like I just even now, two different people on two different sides of the world, and we talk about the same thing, but I learned something from both. You know what I mean? And you know what? Doesn't matter age. I'm older than Gil. I'm never too old to learn from a younger person. And I learn from his experience. If I be dumb, if I see a young guy that's a millionaire and I don't want to follow his footsteps. You know what I mean? So you guys speaking truth today, I just want to say thank you, man. I appreciate you guys for spitting that talk. You know what I mean? So thank you guys. So Brooke, you got the last question for us?
Yep. Do societal expectations influence a man's behavior? Wrong. Never mind. Not that one. Hang on. That's it. Yes, it is. Do societal expectations influence a man's behavior in a relationship?
You said society?
Societal, like things in the world, really. What other people believe in the world.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Go ahead, Dr. Go.
So it could be social media. It could be.
You said do it affect a man relationship?
Yeah, it said do societal expectations influence a man's behavior in relationships.
I mean, from my personal experience, for me, like I said once, it's like a dream come true. For me, what I see is a happy ever ending. That's for me. So for me, I already have a vision. Like it's a vision that comes with a relationship. And the vision is to be sweet, be kind, be gentle, be loving, be caring, be understanding. So my vision, so the things of the world could never affect the one that I want to love for the rest of this lifetime. When it comes to my vision and the way I see my relationship and my life unfolding with my forever lasting partner, I could never let the world affect how I see that vision.
Okay. What you got to say about Bruce?
So I think the societal pressures are really hard on people, and they're really unfortunate that they exist. They make us feel like we have to fit into a box. So to give you a short answer, yeah, I think they exist, and I think they shape our behaviors tremendously. So if I'll give you one example. The divorce rate is about 60% in the United States. So that would tell you, if you're looking to fall in love and potentially get married, you're expected to fail in that relationship and marriage today. So if you believed what society told you, then you probably should be divorced. But I wouldn't believe what society tells you. Beat to your own drum. Shine like the brightest star you can shine to, because you write your own story. You can only control your own thoughts and actions. If we could control what other people thought about us, it would drive us crazy, right?
Oh, yeah, man. Let me tell you. I gotta take my glasses off. Most relationships are broken up by family members and miserable friends. You sit there and listen, man. If you sit here and listen to somebody else versus going to your priority in person, that should be your priority. You should be ladies. I'm finna give them a drop. Let me just. The most disrespectful thing you can do to a man. The most disrespectful thing you can do to a man takes your man's opinion and another person's opinion, and it outweighs his.
Invalidate it. Yeah.
Invalidate that thing. Oh, it's over with.
Yeah.
Versus coming to him first. You know what I mean? If it's invalidated, man, you lose him.
Yeah.
You lose him because he feel like I'm not important. I'm not him. Yeah. So when you start listening to other people, man, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's like cheating on him, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, you know, that is the most disrespectful thing. We can take a lot of heat. We can take a lot, right? But when you do that, you can't get that. It's hard, man. It's hard. That is hard. You know, and so when you talk about influence, I hear people used to be friends on the app. All of a sudden, they arch enemies. You know what I mean? Because you let other people influence you or what other people say. You know what I mean? You're not even going back to your friend. You go to other people and just hear this he say, she say stuff. You know what I mean? Like too many people run their mouth. Like I said, you got to be careful who you listen to because there's other vents in the room. Don't be influenced by the other person. If it doesn't bring me clarity, it doesn't bring me joy or happiness. If we need to listen a little deeper. If you sit here and listen to someone that's easy to talk about somebody and come to you, we have a problem. You shouldn't let the person influence the person you with. Go to that person, you know what I mean? Let's get this thing through, man. But I appreciate you guys, man. That is a very good question. We're gonna wrap this thing up. We got 1 minute. Whoever
one question that someone asked.
Let's go. Got 1 minute left, y'all.
The last. There is one question. Yeah, we only had one question today.
Okay, so top is Crystal, by the way.
Her name is Olivia 222. So I don't know if she's in here still, but it was a good question. Why do some men prefer to play games with women instead of committing or simply being honest about their intention?
Repeat that one more time.
Why do men prefer to play games with women instead of committing or simply being honest about their intentions?
That's a good question.
You want to go, Dr. Gill?
Yeah, I feel like this one that we had went over already. Like I said, everybody was raised different. You know, it's really to each his own. You know, some people grow up seeing different things. You know, single mothers, maybe different men coming in at the house and not having respect for themselves or women. You know, it's just so many different roles that play a part into that. So when it comes to even a man even moving like that, then it's always gonna be based on how a woman carry herself. You know what I'm saying? A woman have to choose to have that in her life. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's kind of weird because like it's just something that you just never know.
What was the question again?
Why do some men prefer to play games with women instead of committing or simply being honest about their intentions?
I would say any man that's willing to play games with a female and her feelings and emotions is not a mature individual. And that could be for a number of reasons. Simply because they have not matured, or because they are stuck in a immature age due to trauma. They've been traumatized in a relationship and they're very much immature still at that age. But if you're playing games with somebody, yeah, that's pretty sick if you're doing it on purpose. And nobody deserves that. Nobody deserves that. But if it's because of trauma and you haven't worked through that trauma, you're in no position to date anybody. If you haven't worked through that trauma, if you can't love yourself, you're not in a position to love anybody else.
That part.
But you're also not in a position. Sorry, I'm going to speak as my half. Also, you're not in a position, because women do it too. They're not in a position to even entertain that person. Like, if you know you're not ready for that, don't go flirt with that person. Like, don't come flirt with us women, because we catch feelings. Like, we will give you everything, and then we find out like, nah, you don't want anything. Like, don't do that. If you guys already know that you're not ready, that you aren't ready for that, don't even entertain those women, because it's not fair on us. Like, that's me coming as a woman. Sorry, I had to say that, because I feel like, yes, we all go through things growing up. We all go through things, but we grow up and we should know right from wrong.
It takes a long time. It takes a long time. It does take a long time.
It should, but we should also know not to hurt people's feelings. Like, don't pursue something if you're not ready.
Mm-hmm.
It does take a long time to understand if you are or aren't ready, though, if you have gone through trauma. Just throwing that out there.
So I do want to say this though. So I agree with you guys both, right? But here's the thing: if you versus chasing someone and pursuing, right? Mm-hmm. If you talk to someone on a day-to-day basis, and you have no conversation about being or talking or whatever the case may be, and you continue to pursue that person, you know what I mean? That person not ready, or even the person, I'm not ready right now, and you choose, that's on you, right? Like, you choose that. Right. So I get women are very, very nurturing women, but behind the surface of a man, I mean, you could tell through Bruce. And Bruce first, you could tell what he's going through, right? So, like, conversations, boundaries need to be made. Boundaries need to be made. If a person tell you I don't want to be with that person, I ain't trying to be with nobody, boundaries, right? It has to be out there. So you choose to stay or you choose to, and if you pursue, say, you know what, let's make this work now. Okay, you show and prove this here. Let's make it work. We're gonna make this thing work. So let's get this thing popping. But it got to be both parties, right? It has to, like, you know what I mean? Because men don't show their emotions as much doesn't mean that we don't hurt as well. You get what I mean? And I personally think that men don't talk about it. Women do. You know what I mean? Like, we don't. We just go around this bad boy full of everything. You know what I mean? Like, right. Man. So,
Mimi just said, men are the first to say women catch feelings and are emotional, but pursue it anyway, knowing they don't have good intentions.
Okay.
I do agree that. I do agree that.
Bonus.
Let's go. Let me ask you a question. So that goes to this again. We all grown. Like I said, somebody was in a relationship, and this person they was with, the man said, girl told me, she said, I think I'm gonna start dating women. I said, okay, why? Because I'm tired of getting cheated on by a man. I said, how long your last relationship? She said, we were together for 3 years. I said, when did you start seeing these issues? A year into it. Mama, that's your fault. Don't blame him. You choose to stay in there. So it goes with that. Like, you cannot blame a man for something you choose to stay when you could have walked away.
Mm-hmm.
I do think sometimes, though, like, I saw a couple of comments saying they like fixing. Like, as a woman, we are, like you've said, we're nurturers. So we like trying to make that man feel better and whole, and that so we do wait longer.
That's not fixing though.
I know, but we think we are. We think we're helping.
That's the problem.
That is a woman's like natural. Most of us, there's some that don't care, but most of us want to try and just see and like help their trauma and stuff like that, which I think is okay to a point.
Can I ask you a question then? If you see anything wrong, how many times would you take rat poison and don't know when you're gonna die? Right? I'm not saying
but I'm just saying.
But I'm just speaking the facts though. You see all these things going wrong and you trying to fix it. How many times you gonna take poison and don't know when you're gonna die from it?
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm speaking facts. Like you see these things, but you choose to stay in it.
So can I ask a quick question? Because I think this could be somewhat scary for some people, and I don't know if it's more scary for men or women. Defining like status, like it can scare people to say you're committed, and I think that can really hold a lot of people up. So what my understanding of dating today.
Real quick, did you stop because we done?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
No,
it's not ended. It's not ended.
Okay. First of all, before we move into the because I'm gonna let Mom in the box. Bruce, do you have anything coming up? You actually do got some stuff coming up. So
I'm hosting an auction on July 14th. If you are interested, it's a superhero auction. I do have some spots open left. Hit me up on IG. I can get you in some slots. So let me know.
All right. What about you, Dr. Gill? You bringing the fade party back? You had the best fade party in the world. But let's go. What you got?
No, I ain't. Only thing I got coming up in next stream, 9 p.m. Eastern. Anybody want to pull up, have a good time, vibe, chill, talk, listen to music, chill. I'll be there.
Nice.
He's coming back to streaming. Like Gil used to be on fire. Like, he needs to come back and bring the Dr. Gil that I met back.
All right. And then appreciate you guys being here. I do have a battle here 9:55, y'all. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going against Big Earth. And I will tell you this. I am a little nervous.
Can you just wrap the show up too?
I am a little nervous, y'all. So I have that going on, and I have anybody here. This goes on every week. Me and Take a Seat every Friday, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you guys tune in. If you know somebody dealing with somebody, but let's give a big shout out to Crystal for being the #1 of the show, and we'll reach out to her and get the topic from her. And so I think I don't want to wrap everything up too much, but I do want to continue that answer Bruce talking about. And Gil, if you want to leave, you can, bro, because we done. But
I appreciate y'all. Appreciate you for having me.
Thank you. Everyone favorite the men. Favorite them. Thank you, Gil.
All right, no problem.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys. Mommy, you want to get back to you? And Bruce, thank you again. Thank you guys for being here. It meant a lot to me. So appreciate you guys for showing up, man. And I'm not gonna lie, man, you gave me that Batman look.
That's it. Now we're the admins, guys. So if you want to be on the show, please hit one of us up. Both our Instagrams are in our bio.
Yes.
Please.
Thank you,
we're working way better today. It's been a bit crazy, but now we're like really setting a schedule. We've had a lot of talks just because I'm learning to give stuff away too.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you trusting me, Brookie.
But class is amazing too. Go visit her streams. Yeah,
I appreciate you guys.
Okay, Crystal is the top gifter of the stream. I know she's live, so I don't think she's here, but she won, so we'll know the topic soon. I think it'll be interesting, actually.
Yeah, because she's going through some stuff. So, Bruce, thank you, man. If you want to the question you want to ask, you want to.
Yeah, I just wanted to get a little bit of feedback. So I think putting a status on things can scare some people. So I wanted to get especially the women's feedback on this. So dating today can be scary, and a lot of people kind of just stray away from dating, maybe for several different reasons. But if I'm talking to somebody and I'm really serious about somebody, that's the only person I'm talking to. And if I want to pursue things further, I'll have that conversation and say, hey, are you talking to anybody else? And then that kind of goes down the path of, hey, we're kind of committed. So my question is, at what point is that an appropriate conversation? Does that status scare people? Is that why people aren't dating today? Like, I don't know.
I can answer from my experience. And what I can say is that it's actually very interesting to me that A, you asked that question, and B, that I've actually explored